is what you see. Remember the dream?
Old Gold and Verdigris. So today I'll show you how I do the Old Gold and the Verdigris look on this Titan. So on this Titan armor that we're gonna be working. You know, since it's so heavy corroded, I could not like go with like some bright golds. I really had to do something that was like, you know, really weathered. So I used, first of all, as a base color, bright bronze, and then I base coated everything, and this would be my foundation for me to go build up my old gold bronzy looking thing, because basically gold would not really have some verdigris, so let's call it a bronzy looking. But basically another thing that was in mind when I was actually decided to go with the verdigris especially is that the colors of the models are so, you know, subtle, the white and then the browns, and then adding some gold which has also some brown tones to it, or bronze. I needed something to make it pop out a little bit more, so adding the verdigris will actually, and does actually, make it pop out more. So this is one of the reasons why I also went with the verdigris effect on it. So once the base coat was done, I just went to an Artrax Earth Shade from Citadel, basically a wash on all the bronze part. One thing, a trick I can give you, I have two Artrax Earth Shade, and one of them is only specific for my metallics colors, because sometimes when you're working with metallics, you still have some little flakes, and they would go into your Artrax Earth Shade, and then after that they will contaminate it. So I have a specific pot for my metallics, so that might help you a little bit, not contaminating your washes if you use your washes a lot for metallics and normal colors. Another thing is that don't worry too much if you make a mistake, if you put some washes on the panel. Since this is a technique that involves the panels being really rusted, then there's not going to be problems. You can go touch it up. And the reason why I'm applying the Artrax Earth Shade right now is because it's going to dull down my bronze a lot, and it's going to mute it and matte it a little bit. And then after that, it's going to create a nice effect when we layer the gold on top of it. So it's just my recipe that I developed, and the way I like to paint my gold, and the way I like to make it look like. Once the gold was all, once the wash was all done, then we're going with Vallejo Game Color Glorious Gold, and then we're just gonna go hit the highlights area, and then leave some of that bronze protrude out in some areas, and go a little bit heavier, like right now on the features of the face where the highlights would be, and then after that going a little bit lighter on some areas, just creating a blend. It doesn't matter if your blend is too rough, because with all the techniques, and then we're gonna do some more wash on top of it, and then after that the verdigris and everything, it will smooth out the transition. So if your transition between your glorious gold and your bright bronze are not as smooth as you would like them, then there's no problem with that. You're gonna be able to fix it up with all the washes that you're going to do on top of it, and then after that the verdigris effect. And again, yet if you do mess up and then go on the panel, since this is a rusted piece of chaos love, then you can go touch it up really easily. And actually I'll show you how we touch it up. So here yet again, same thing. We're going back with the Artrax Earth Shade from Citadel. I love the Citadel washes, they're really good. Don't use them as a wash per se, but I use them most of the time as a filter and to mute, especially mostly on my metallic colors. I really love them for that. So just doing a wash again on the thing, and it's gonna help blend the bright bronze and then the normal the glorious gold together. It's gonna smooth out the transition in between both, and it's gonna go in the cracks and give definition to our gold, and at the same time mute it a little bit, the shininess of it, which is gonna make it look more old. this is where you fix up your mistakes. So you see I went a little bit over, so I'm using my rust color, Vallejo Panzer Ace rust colors, and then I'm just going, I think this is the darkest one of them all, and I'm just going to just tap it a little bit just to simulate the same dotting effect that it's done on the whole piece of Titan right there. And then basically it's just gonna blend and smooth, and at the same time I'm gonna hit it also. There's some areas where the paint actually came off because I didn't gloss varnish them well enough, so I'm just gonna go and redo that. And this is a great thing about working with rust colors, or a really rusted model that has a lot of battle damage and weathering on it, is that you can always go and fix up your mistakes and everything. You know, touch up and stuff like that, which makes it's not easy. You know, some people might say, yeah, weathering stuff, it's not easy. Weathering stuff to make it look like it's real, it's not that easy, but at the same time it gives you a lot of room to maneuver, and if you make mistakes, to be able to go back, compared to a normal clean model where if you make a mistake you're gonna have to really work hard to cover it up. Now it's on to the verdigris. So basically what I'm using is a secret weapon pigment fixer that's already in the pot where I'm dumping the pigments right there. And then I use the pigment that's called faded green from Secret Weapon Miniature. Mix them up. Don't put too much pigment fixer. Not pigment fixer. Don't put too much of the pigments itself because I don't want it to be too deep. But like for example on the legs I put more verdigris there, so I put a little bit more pigment in my mix, but this is like kind of hard for me to tell you the ratio I'm doing it. It's just by experience that I came up with my own little recipe right there. But here, really simple, applying the verdigris or the pigment wash I should say onto the surface of the model everywhere, and then just let it dry. And the cool thing with pigment fixer from Secret Weapon Miniature is that it's really easy to make it dry, is that once you're finished applying it to the model, you can take a blow dryer straight and it's gonna dry really quickly and really fast, so you can, you know, make your work time faster by not having to wait hours and hours for it to dry. One thing is that this is enamel based pigment fixer, so if you want to be on the safe side, you should wear a respirator when you're applying it, just so that the fumes don't you know, damage your lungs or anything, but that's just to be on the safe side of things. I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit right there, and then after that we're gonna go into the last step. There might be some touching up, you know, like at the pictures that you saw at the beginning and the picture at the end. I might touch up some areas where I seen that the green was a little bit too popping for me in some areas, not faded enough. I'll go touch those up, but in general this is, you know, the technique. And then once you finish it up, and then you have the last verdigris effect. But then we're gonna do what I'm gonna be doing right now, which is applying again R-Track Search Shade on it to go mute that green a little bit and fade that effect. The R-Track Search Shade in this case is applying really lightly, so I'm trying to push that R-Track Search Shade a lot, so not to leave too much on the actual surface of the model. You see me now, it's pooling like crazy, but you can see that I'm moving it around, and just make sure that it's a smooth coat, a really light coat. That way it's going to cover the model and be good for the model, you know, good for the transition, and make muting the green a little bit. But that's the thing, is that if you think that it muted it too much, then you can go back with your pigment fixer and your pigment, and then put it in some areas that you want more verdigris, and vice versa. So you can still work with it after it's all done, and then adjust it to your liking. So basically that's pretty much it for my old gold techniques and my verdigris effects. It's not old gold, I should say bronzy looking gold. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions or anything, comments that you want to leave, just drop it down in the comments section. As you can see, look at the small two panels at the bottom. That's what I'm saying. There's a little bit too much green compared to the leg shin guards. They're a little bit different, but I'll have to work on that a little bit more. So basically that's pretty much it. Hugo from Ichiban Studio, hope you enjoyed it. Check out the link right there if you didn't check it out, how to do streaking effects. Same thing, it was on the Super Titan. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you on the next video. Cheers for watching.